Hello everyone! I want to show you how I create my games using TrailsWeaver. This is a homebrew and it's based on H.P. Lovecraft novel called Color Out of Space. So this example has multiple locations, characters, items, and nodes. And each of those and all together are grouped into levels, as you can see. For example, I like to keep my notes and ideas on a separate level. So, I will create a new game. And here is our first location. Let's turn it into something decent. I'll start by giving it a name, and of course it's gonna be a tavern. Next comes an image. And description. And yeah, there will be a lot of copy and pasting from the already existing game. I mean, I just like those copies. So, it's a rich text, meaning we can use a lot of cool tools for the formatting. Like this. But I'll get back to it later on. Now, let's do my favorite part. Checklists. I'm constantly forgetting important details, so now I just put them into those little to-do items, like this. And, I mean, since it's a tavern, let's say our party can investigate the guest book. I've given it a short title, but if I expand it, I can write much more text related to this check. Let's do it. Now our location has a little counter in the corner. So if I toggle this check during the session, I'll be sure that all the checks for these locations are completed. It's time to create our first NPC. I mean, since it's a tavern, let's get a tavern keeper here, right? I also struggle with the names for my NPCs. That's why I've added a name generator based on culture and gender. Let's see. So I want this dude to have like a Spanish background, and he's a male. So let's search for Spanish, and let's see what kind of names do we get. No, I don't like this one. Nope. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Now it's time for an image. I have a little library for the character images, so I'll just pick from this one. And the description. Right. Now let's give him some stats and rollable skills. Something like hit points. I guess 11 should be good enough. And some rolls like fighting, persuade, maybe accounting, since he has to deal with a lot of money, right? Let's give those skills some values, just for an example. Those can be rolled, as you can see. And here's also a roll formula, which can be changed. Like, let's say we have fighting damage. And we want this damage to be 1d4 +1. Yep. Here is our raw damage. Okay, cool. We already know checklists, so I'll just skip this part and jump straight to relations. So, whenever I move this dude from the tavern during the session, I'd like to remember that he owns this place. So I'll just say owner here, and I'll set a relation to this tavern. Yep, that's simple. Now, when we have our NPC ready, I can save him for later usage as a template. So I'll click Save as a template. And here we can change both the text and the stats and rows. So I'll just call it like NPC template. And for the stats, it can be randomized. I mean, those numbers can be set up in some specific range. So I'll be getting a little bit more unique characters each time I use this template. Let's try it out. Something like this. Yep. Here comes your description. Alrighty. And I can also share this template across all my games. So that's pretty usable. Okay. Let's save it. And now let's try to add another character here. Using the template. Here we are. Clicking the template. Yep. We have our randomized stats and the text. For now, we can delete this guy. Yep, he's gone. And let's add another location. We can do it either from the context menu, like this, or we can pull it from the sidebar panel, from here. So, let's say it's gonna be a town square. Here comes an image. And now those two locations, the tavern and town square, can be connected to each other, like this. Let's give this connection a name. For this case, I guess the street name might be a good one, like Hearthstone Road. I don't know. Good. Now let's add some inventory to the location. Maybe this town square has got a creepy piece of paper with a drawing by a local child. I don't know. So we can add it either from here or from this action bar. Let's do it this way. So it's gonna be child's drawing with an image. Again, here we can add the text. Here we can do the checklists, relations, as I've shown before. And here you can see it on the map. Both characters and inventory, the items can be moved between locations. Like this. And the inventory can be also moved between characters. One more cool thing about the rich text, like here, is that you can actually mention anything right in the text. And it works like a link. For example, let's say we want to mention that child's drawing in the description of a town square. Let's mention here the town square. So we can write can be found or just found in the town square. All right. And if we click it here, we are linked to the mentioned piece of game. Let's do some sticky notes. I love it. We can create it either from the context menu or we can just drag it from side panel, like this. Let's say I'd like to keep a note of what was this little town before and after some horrible incident. I'll just copy it from my game, like this. You can write whatever you want here. And let's get another node. Let's fulfill the second one. And I mean, I guess the incident was super, super horrible. So let's change the color of this node to black. Yep, something like this. So let's say we have set up a lot of locations, characters, things, and nodes. And now we just want to group them together somehow and move to the next part of our world. But we don't want our map to be, super crowded. No problem, that's the right time for the levels to step in. First of all, let's change the name and the background of the current level. Let's say it's called our Arden Hollows, the village. Now let's create another level, like the outskirts. And let's put a new location here. I'll call it River Bank. Okay. And here we can build our next part of the world. If you wonder, is there any way to connect levels to each other? The answer is yes, it's super simple. You can do it using portals. Let's drag a portal from here. Those are super simple. You can connect them to locations and they behave super similar to locations. The only difference is that the portal is referencing to some location. Let's say we want to reference to the cemetery. And here we can add another one, referencing to the riverbank. And now if you drop any item or character into your portal, it will pop up right in the location to which the portal was pointing at. And yeah, that's how you can prepare for your games. Multiple levels, nodes, characters, inventory, checklists, text, and so on. And by the way, you can check all of it from the sidebar here. Here you can also search for something specific, like let's search for cemetery. And you can both take a look at it on the map or just open it. And now the last step. How can you share all of it to your players? Maybe you have created some good handouts or want to show them a picture of your NPC. Super simple as always. But by the way, we can also change the name of our game, which I haven't shown yet. Let's say it's called Arden Hollows, and it has some cool picture. Alrighty. So to share the pieces of your game to your players, you can simply go to broadcasting, click create, and that's a place from which you can share everything you want. But we have no one to share, right? So we need to invite some people. Just click here, get the link for your invite. And once your players ask to be let in, let's say it's me, you will see them in the pending requests list. So you can just approve them. And now you can share whatever you want. For example, you can share some location like church. You pick a channel. You either share to the public channel or you can share it directly to one of your players. Let's do the second way. And that's what the player would see. The image, the text. You can share any part of your game. It can be characters. Let's try it for the NPC. It can be notes, items, and stuff like that. And it was it. Thank you, everyone. Go check it out at TrailsWeaver.com. Let's see if it works for you as good as it works for me. And let me know what you think about it. Either somewhere in the comments or just join my Discord. You can find all the links in the description. Thank you and see you later.